Welcome. Today I am going to walk you through how to use and set up Microsoft Math Progress inside of your teams for use inside of your classrooms. To begin, you will first need a class already set up. If you are unsure of how to set up a class, you can reference the video posted in the Explore section of the HyperDoc. Once your class is set up, you will launch Math Progress from the Assignments tab. So you can go over to the menu on the side and select Assignments, and then you will need to create a new assignment. So from this screen, what you will do is enter any instructions for your students. You can name your assignment, and you will scroll down until you get to these options below the instructions. You'll select Learning Accelerators and then select Math Progress. What will happen now is that your Math Progress platform will launch itself. This is where you will add questions to your assignment for your Math Progress. From here, you have two options. You can generate questions by using AI, or you can create your own. So I will show you under Generate, what you'll need to do is select a category. So I'm going to select Expressions and Equations, and then you will choose a topic from there to give more detail. So linear equations, and then you will click Generate. What the program will do is generate questions and answers for you. If you are not too fond of the questions that are there, if you click Generate again, it will generate new questions for you, and you can select different ones. So I'm going to just select a few from here. As you see, as I'm adding questions, what you'll see along the side are the questions that you have selected. So you can take a look at them, and if you don't like one, you can definitely just get rid of it and you can add some more. So if you want to generate some more, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to create your own questions, you'll select Create Your Own, and then you'll select Add Question. What you'll do from here is the same as we've done before. Select a category, so expressions, equations. The topic is probably going to be about linear equations. You have two options to either do multiple choice or short answer, and you will add your questions in here. Once you're done, you'll want to click Save. So after you've selected or created your questions, you'll select Next. And then it will give you an overview of the questions that you have chosen, showing you the answer choices, the correct answer that you have for each question. After this, you'll want to go over to the side and select any customized settings. So if you want students to be able to show their work, you will toggle that on. The student rating is for students to say whether a question they attempted was easy, just right, or hard. So that might give you some good details about how students are feeling about the questions. And then you have the option to shuffle the question order. So if you have students working in close proximity, that might be a good option to turn on. Once you're done with that, you'll select Done. And it will bring you back to the screen that you had where you put your instructions. Once you are satisfied with the time that it's supposed to be submitted, you can select Assign, and it is ready for your students to view. So this is the student side. So as I'm logged in as a student, what they will see is the assignment posted here. They'll select it, and they'll see your instructions that you've put in, and down at the bottom, they'll see the Math Progress. They will select that, and it will open up the screen for Math Progress. It will give them a welcome screen. It'll tell them how many questions are there and any small details here. They'll select Get Started, and they'll see each of their questions. So once they are here, they will see the questions and answer choices as we've placed, and they'll see an option to rate the question. So if they've solved this problem and they thought it was easy, they'll select easy. If they thought it was a little hard, then of course they will select hard. If they thought it was pretty okay, they'll just select just right. They'll do that for all of their questions. And they can also attach work over here on the side. So this can be an image or a file, or it can be linked to their class notebook. So whichever they're used to, that's probably the option that you will want them to have. So back on the teacher side, after students have turned in their work, you'll see that it will show you the status of the student and whether or not they have turned in their work. Once you select the turned in button for their name, it will give you an overview of their work. So it will show you their grade. It'll show you how many problems how many points they got, and how they rated the questions. So not only that, but it will give you misconceptions based off of the questions that they got wrong. So according to this student, they are struggling a little bit with basic operations and probably negative values. So that's a good piece of information because now it tells you exactly what this student needs to work on. You can also provide, as the teacher, you can provide feedback. So if you want to enter any additional details, you can enter those here and you'll select return. So if I want a student to see me, I'll say see me after class and just select return, and the feedback will go to the student. So back on the student side, once that feedback has been returned to them, they can go to their assignments, look under completed, and they'll see the assignment that they've done, and they'll see that there's feedback. So once they click feedback, it will be posted here. So I originally wanted the student to see me after class, and they have the note to see me after class. Now, obviously in your classes, you will probably want to provide some better feedback than see me after class. However, it will go instantly to your student, whatever that feedback is. So as soon as you select return, it's available for them to view. So after all your students have turned in their work, what will happen is that there will be different reports that will be created for you to review. So there is one that shows grades, so the trend of individual students in comparison to the class. There is a misconceptions chart that will also allow you to look at some good data. So if you're seeing that your students are having the same kind of misconception about certain problems, that might be something you want to review with them or reteach. And there is the last part of points. So it gives the data breakdown for how students are feeling about these questions. So when they're able to rate it, so that easy, hard, just right, that gives you an idea of the problems that students feel not confident in. So just being able to take that information and apply it to instruction that's coming up, this is a great tool for you to use because you can adjust and provide that feedback very easily to your students.